Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Kris. So a few days back, I told you about how our Facebook ads got shut down. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what happened. So we went through the next day and created individual ads for each of our headlines, descriptions, and post texts. And when we did that, for some reason, they all passed, which seemed kind of odd to me that we didn't flag anything there. Now, I only used one image and used the same image for each one, so I haven't really tested that yet at this point. I then went ahead and created a new dynamic ad, but this time we only put in two of the headlines, post text, and descriptions. Within an hour, that ad was approved. So I went back in and added headline 3, the third copy of all of our text. That was approved again until we got to the 5th one. I put in the 5th one this morning, actually, and within an hour it was rejected. So that seemed to be the culprit. I went ahead and removed the text, submitted it again, and it's been approved. So that tells me that there's an issue with our 5th version of the copy that we used. Now, I'm not sure whether it was the headline or the post text or whatever, and I'm not too concerned about that. We have some other text that we can test. So right now I have a dynamic ad that's running. Now it's only running 4 of the 5 versions of the copy that we had. The next thing we're going to do is start testing images to see if any of our videos were kicking it out. I'm not sure why it would, but it's just something that we want to make sure that we know exactly what the problem is. And when you're troubleshooting things like this, it's important to do it step by step and one at a time. I could have made 2 or 3 changes to this last set. When copy number 5 was rejected, I could have added a 6th version in there. But you don't want to do that right away because you don't know if the ad's being rejected for another reason. So if you're troubleshooting your ads like this, just take it step by step, one at a time. Do a change and see if it gets approved or if it gets rejected. If it does get rejected, remove the change, go back to the old version and see if that still passes. Now, one of the other things that I'm excited about is I've scheduled a call later today with one of Facebook's marketing experts. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can tell me specifically about my ads to see if we can figure out specifically why we are being rejected. So after that conversation, I'm probably going to hop on here and let you guys know exactly what happened so you guys know what to expect if you ever get a chance to talk to Facebook and their people directly. Now, that's everything I have for the Money Wheel today. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.